Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article real quick, because of these damn hypocrites out here, and hey, man, this is just some craziness out here, man. All right, because see, people are so gullible, all right, to just believe whatever they see and hear on the TV. But then they'll come and look at us like, oh, y'all believe the Bible? Why would y'all believe the Bible? There's no proof. But you believe the TV, and you know that the TV, first of all, you watch movies and you entertain by movies. You see a movie, they blow up a building, people get shot and so on and so forth. You know that shit ain't real. You know they got special effects and everything like that. Nobody really getting killed on no movies and nothing like that. Like you watching a James Bond movie and he shoots somebody. You know he ain't dead, but yet and still you'll watch the news under the same production, all right? Yeah, under the same production and everything like that and programming and all these different things, and you believe everything that they say, man, all right? Not knowing that just like when you're on a regular TV show, they have scripts and they read the scripts, all right? Your news anchors and everybody else like that, they have scripts that they're pretty much reading off of, talking points, all right? Hell, you can go on YouTube and you can look up, forgot how it's worded, but nevertheless, in the news, they'll have a story that they'll read on pretty much all the different news channels or whatever, whatnot, and it's all worded the same way, exactly the same way. Sometimes you'll think they're using some kind of sarcasm when relating to a story of just for instance, some random, oh, wow, a Tweety bird goes flying off or whatever, whatnot, and you'll think that that's just sarcasm from one newscaster on one station or whatever, whatnot, reporting on a story. But when you look around at all these other news stations and everything like that, you'll hear the same story with the same so-called enthusiastic approach to it, when you realize that, hey, this is all propaganda, man. All right, these are all lies and things that's told out like that, man. You start speaking out on these things, they label you what? A whistleblower or conspiracy theorist because you have your own opinion and you're going against these talking points. When you understand about these media firms and everything like that, pretty much it's like Pepsi and Coke. All right, you have these two companies that pretty much own all the other soda companies and everything like that. So, whether you're buying a Sprite or a Mountain Dew, you're still buying either a Coke or a Pepsi product, man. All right, and who knows if these two companies ain't owned by the same person anyway. They just give you the illusion of these things, all right? So as we go into this here article, all right, it says, and they want us to believe these things, and they want us to believe that these things are safe and everything like that. Believe the science, trust the science, trust the science. Well, come on, man. Just think about these certain things, right? just like a McDonald's commercial, man. We love to see you smile and everything like this and that. They're putting out this money to propagate these ideas into your minds. But the owners of, the owner of McDonald's and things like that, they don't feed their kids McDonald's, man. Barack Obama publicly said on TV one time that he don't allow his daughters to watch TV. But for you and everybody else, it's fine for you to watch TV. So why is it good enough for you to watch it, but not good enough for his own children to watch it? He knows that there's something in there that's not really so well for the average person to be watching, But nevertheless, so when we read through this here article, you got to ask yourself, why are they over here calling us conspiracy theorists and anti this here word right here? They call us these things, all right, or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, they don't even take these things, and these are supposed to be the so-called doctors and the scientists and everybody else like that. If it was so good, why do you have to sit here and advertise like this so much and promote these things so much? And then also you have to fake these things, all right? It says Texas hospital botches jab PR stunt as nurse jabbed with empty syringe, but liberals say pointing it out is anti-jab, right? So you can't even call out their lies, man, all right? But then when you go and you tell the truth, they sit there and they label you as a conspiracy theorist. They shut down your channels, censor you and everything like that for telling the truth, all right? It says an El Paso, Texas hospital tried to promote, all right, why you have to promote something, all right? If you work in retail or things like that, they wind up, or as a business owner, you promote your least selling items, the items that sell the slowest, those are the ones that get promotions, all right? If something is flying off the shelf, you don't really have to promote those things because it's already, why spend the money on the promotion and advertisement when it's already flying off the shelf, man, all right? It says El Paso, Texas hospital tried to promote this jab by turning its first doses into a media event, but the publicity stunt backfired when one of the nurses being inoculated was apparently stuck with an empty syringe. So again, these nurses, these doctors are telling you how safe these things are and so on and so forth. You're supposed to listen to the scientists, the science, and the doctors, and Bill Gates, who this nigga got rich off of damn, apparently computers and everything like that. He ain't no doctor. He ain't no scientist or nothing like this. But this is the leading dude with all these different things, man. All right. And again, going back to this so-called acting and stages and titles and stuff like that. Who really knows Dr. Fauci's credentials? How many of y'all knew who Dr. Fauci was before the TV gave you that name and that title and so on and so forth, man? All right. So it says, video on Tuesday's jabs of 5 nurses at the University Medical Center of El Paso showed the second nurse being jabbed with a needle, but the plunger won't go down because it's already at the bottom of the syringe. All right. Now, come on now. When they're supposed to be, when you know about any kind of medical situation or whatever, whatnot, when you work in a medical field, dealing with any kind of syringes, the first red flag is if the seal is broken on a package that it comes in, you don't use that. All right. So first and foremost, like, yo, you see this is defective off rip. Why would you even try to go and stick somebody with that thing, man? All right. It says the video circulated on social media on Thursday, but rather than focusing on an embarrassing blunder, some observers suggested that posting the footage was an attack meant to diminish public confidence in the jab. You're professionals, but don't know when you have an empty syringe. Allegedly, this is the first jab at UMC this week, But nevertheless, hey, going into all these things, again, they want to tell us to believe us, but we know what the hell we talking about. We the experts, we the experts, we the experts. Well, if y'all the experts and we're the uneducated dummies and conspiracy theorists, why do we keep pointing out your flaws, man? All right, if you was really up on certain things, if you're a professional in any kind of field, right, you'll be able to tell how somebody else is faking the funk of certain things, right? Like, let's just say if you're a professional singer or something like that, right, and you perform and you go on stage and everything like that, you'll be able to tell flat out when there's somebody that's lip singing and everything like that during their performance. Like, hold up, I know what it's like to hit these type of notes when I'm just standing still in the booth and everything else like that, but you running around the stage and dancing and this and that, and you ain't even winded, you're not even out of breath. To the untrained eye, they would just think that you singing, but I do this for a living. I know that I'd be out of breath going this and that, and then you would hear it in my voice and everything like that, and so on and so forth. So, apparently y'all the experts, but how come all these dummies can point out all your flaws and everything like that, man? All right. For instance, when an independent journalist Tim Pool tweeted the video on Thursday, Democrat strategist Nate Lanier said, "It's really weird how anti-jabber you are, okay, trying to demonize folks for like cognitive dissonance. This is how you know the fuck you dealing with devils, man. Like, nah, bro, it ain't this and it ain't that. It ain't that I don't believe this and it ain't I don't believe that. But this motherfucker, it ain't, dog, that's, no, bro. No. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have to be an expert murderer or killer or nothing like that. But I can tell you if you got a prop gun, if you got a gun to somebody's head and you pull the trigger, you hear the bang and see the smoke, but you see the person fall down, but there ain't no blood spatter or nothing like that. Like, hold up, cuz. I ain't no expert in this field, but I noticed you just put a gun in somebody's head close range and just so-called blew their brains out, but it ain't no blood nowhere. Oh, how you know you a trained expert killer? Nah, I just know what the obvious is, bro. Oh, you anti this, nah, bro, I just know what the obvious is, bro. Come on, man, that shit just don't work out like that, man. All right? It says, let me read this guy's statement. It says, "It's really weird how anti-jab you are. You've been hanging out with Alex Jones too much, my guy." So again, the demonization of these things. But see, you would be called, they sit here and demonize you for calling out just, again, the simple was clear. Like, oh, why we got to, just because we watch this or whatever, whatnot, how do I know? You can sit there and watch Alex Jones all damn day long and not believe in anything that he's saying or whatever, whatnot, which he do tell you some truth, but then again, at the same time, like, yo, this dude is plugged in with certain things. But how you know if you're not watching something just so you don't know what not to do or so on and so forth, man? All right. Another Democrat commenter also smelled an anti-jabber rat, a mistake that probably happened because the media attention, he said, for the botched shot, right? Now, these people ain't so-called camera shy. These people are supposed to be trained professionals able to work under all kind of stress and pressure and things like this. Now, in fact, I remember years back, I actually went to one of those little training schools or whatever, whatnot, to be a phlebotomist, which a phlebotomist is a person that basically just take your blood and everything like that. So you go into these little doctor's offices or whatever, whatnot, you have that person taking your blood. Now, even at that, when you going in for a, like you want to go and give blood for certain reasons or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much in a calm state or whatever, whatnot, but you also being trained for people that's scared of needles or people that's coming in maybe in a car accident in the ER or whatever, whatnot. You have to go in there and then all kind of scenarios or whatever, whatnot, especially in class where everybody's scared of the first person Like, nigga, you ain't never stuck nobody before. You got all these people jittering around or whatever, whatnot. And then in that class, you find out you have some of the most intense nerves inside your hand and everything like that. And there's so many of them in there. You got to use a small ass needle to go inside the hand or whatever, whatnot. If you make the wrong move, or you could permanently damage somebody's hand or whatever, whatnot. And to be able to do all of those types of things or whatever, whatnot, you have to be pretty much professional with that, man. All right, have a certain type of demeanor to be able to do all these things and block out all the surrounding things going on, of your own anxiety, the noise in the room, and so on and so forth, just to get this here needle in this small vein inside the hand or whatever, whatnot. The other person clenching and moving and all kind of things that they got going on. You have to have you know what I'm saying? Just like, in the ER, people come in all shot up or whatever, whatnot. It's chaotic in the trauma center or whatever, whatnot. But the doctor's got to keep a cool head. So, he ain't scared over the media attention and mess that part up. No, man. All right. Why can't it just be what it clearly is to be, man? All right. They call us nuts and things over these things, but this cognitive dissonance of this here stuff is like, nah, bruh. Nah. Just like we can go back to this one event that happened in 2001 in the month of September when they say, oh, we identified these people that hijacked these flying devices, all right, by their passports. But wait a minute. The planes blew up. The gas incinerated the building and everything like that, and everything turned to ashes. But, concrete, steel, and all that, planes, everything turned to just dust and the smell of smoke. But y'all can find paper passports to identify these people. And where were these passports being held? Was it on the bodies of the people who hijacked these flying devices? Come on, man. I'm not no top investigator, but I just know how fire will burn paper faster than it will burn and melt metal, man. All right. It says, the real question is, what are you trying to accomplish with this tweet? Furthering distrust in institutions that function great while still being susceptible to the occasional bit of human error. All right. The hospital issued a statement on Wednesday afternoon saying that the nurse in question was inoculated again to remove any doubt raised that he was not fully jabbed or further strengthen confidence in the jab process. So again, they got to double down on trying to persuade you to get these things, man. Why do they got to keep persuading you to do these things, man? All right, look at this in a male and a female relationship, man. If a woman is kind of into a man and a man kind of into a woman, he come up to her, starts, talking to her, hey, what's going on, blah, 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 so on and so forth, If she into him and he into her, it ain't that hard for him to get the number and him to hit it off or whatever, whatnot, man. But in that situation of like playing hard to get, you got to play all these, like your so-called mating calls, do all these things to so-called attract her and this and that. Like she ain't really interested in you, bro. And then you keep trying harder and harder because why? She's not really into you like that. And you got to sit there and so-called try to change her mind on it or whatever, whatnot, man. If they was already into it, it would just be like, it'll just fall right into place, man. All right. It says, University Medical Center, the first hospital in the region to receive the jab developed by Pfizer and BioNTech, implied that the scene with the apparent empty syringe was legitimate. It said that the rejabbing the nurse will not cause an adverse effects. Now, think about that, man. Anytime you with any kind of medical situation, any type of medicine that you wind up taking, they tell you like, yo, watch how much of this shit you take because you might overdose and consult a poison. Hell, if you swallow toothpaste, they tell you to consult, look at the read back of your toothpaste, man. All right, so any types of these chemicals and things like that you ingest in your damn body, hell, you can overdose on water, bro. You know what I'm saying? You drink too much damn water, you'll wind up overdosing on that, man. All right, you taking too much oxygen, you'll overdose on that. But then here with this here medical concoction, they can sit there and hit you twice back to back. Why is it that with these same jabs, you got to take two of these and then there's a time gap in between, but they can sit there and hit somebody back to back day after? Which you got to get your story straight, Holmes. It says, we must demand higher quality. I think this is in a paragraph. Well, I'll just quickly read through these. It says, we must demand higher quality propaganda. I can't tune out and go with the flow when they don't care about the details and realism. I was told Hollywood was on board. All right. And it's just like you watching a cheap, low budget ass film, you know what I'm saying, where the soundtrack is kind of off from the action on the film and you trying to hit folks and the sounds don't sound right or whatever, whatnot. And explosions look fake, CGI looks super fake, everything looks super fake. You like, bro, I can't even buy this shit. This shit don't even look, come on, bro. That shit don't even, like, or a wrestling match where, the dude look like he about to hit somebody in the face and the fist is so far from the face and the dude just like grappling his face as if he even got hit. Like, bro, that shit don't even look real, bro. Like, come on, you got to make this shit look realistic, right? I wasn't planning on getting the jab, but now that I know it's just an empty syringe, sure, Why not? Can I get my travel certificate now? This is not a jab. That's acupuncture. Corona be like. Other observers pointed out that the El Paso incident is just one of several videos on social media that appears to show deceptive or botched public jabs. One such video shows Queensland Premier Anastasia, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, reportedly receiving I don't even know if we can say this word, another jab in April, but the syringe was covered with the cap. All right. According to Reuters fact check, the video, however, so-and-so had received her shot moments earlier. The video shows it being reenacted for photographers. All right. So why do they have to keep coming up here with this here witchcraft and this media manipulation, right? Let me grab a couple scriptures real quick. We're going to start here in Isaiah 5, I believe. Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So they can call us so-called conspiracy theorists. Like, oh, you don't have no real facts about this and that. You need to trust the science, trust the doctors. But then we can clearly see on there, like, bro, this shit don't, it don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a professional fighter. I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm not a professional, in this here area, but I know that if you take a sledgehammer and hit somebody over the head with that motherfucker, bro, with full force strength and everything like that, and you don't bust his head open and he ain't bleeding at all, something is not right with this shit, bro. Like, this, nah, bro, I can't, you could barely hit your damn finger, miss a nail and hit your finger with a damn hammer, not going that damn high up or hard, and you be out the game for a little minute, just like, damn, that shit hurt. Let alone taking a sledgehammer full swing to somebody's forehead, and then they just be out for a little minute, and then they get up and then win a match. No concussion, no bleeding, no nothing like that, man. Come on, man. We know better than these things, man. But you'll call us a conspiracy nut because we don't believe the shit. Y'all story don't even make sense, man. It don't even make sense, but you want me to believe that, and then you want me to believe, oh, we the experts. We're professional wrestlers and this and that. How you gonna tell us this ain't real? Like, bro, I ain't gotta be a professional wrestler, but I know if I was to hit you, even though you way stronger than me, if I was to hit you with all of my might and my strength with this sledgehammer, it'll bust you off your ass. You ain't getting up for a while, and it might possibly kill your ass, man. But hey, who am I to say? I'm just a conspiracy nut while you a professional, right? Oh shit, let me go back to Isaiah. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. So, hey, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, because why? They're about to make these things mandatory, man. All right. One way or another, whether they put it in the law or they put it through these corporations, whether you can or can't go to work, have your kids in school, so on and so forth, get housing and go in the stores or whatever, whatnot. All right. It says, and write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. And you go to the doctor, they prescribe you a prescription. All right, something that they wrote out beforehand, right? But nevertheless, it says, and write grievousness which they prescribe. Now, you want us to believe that this is some kind of salvation, some kind of savior from this here thing that has a 99% recovery rate, all right? Because only like damn near, I don't even know if we passed 1 full percent or even 2% of a death rate of these here situations. They'll tell you how many people done died or so on and so forth. Like, oh, well, 100,000 people done died of this and that. Well, how many people done caught this shit over here? Oh, about 1 million or so, or something like that, 10 million, so many millions of people done caught it, but only, a couple 100,000 then died. I'm like, well, shit, why should we really be worried? Apparently they didn't recover from this shit, and the recovery rate is way higher than the death rate, man. All right, but you prescribed us to take all these things, but you don't know what's in it. All right, you're going to tell us we got to take 2 of these different jabs with a time gap in between, but then you get caught on camera giving somebody a empty jab or whatever, whatnot. Then they go circle back around and jab his ass again just to reassure. Like, wait a minute, ain't that? Hold up, I thought y'all was doctors. Y'all should know y'all about to make this motherfucker overdose right quick, man. All right, it says verse 2. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. All right, so going into these things, man, they about to try to cut us off with these unrighteous laws and these unrighteous decrees that they putting in effect, basically just to kill us off with, man. All right, and trying to demonize anybody for trying to speak the truth to these things and not believing the lies that they telling when the story just don't make sense, man. All right. Psalms 94 and 19 or 20. 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. All right, so they putting this here wickedness into place by what? By way of law, man. All right, they got all kind of craziness going on and so on and so forth, man. All right, but what they're using the stroke of the pen, man. All right, you know, these damn devils got two damn sharp ass swords. They got a physical sword, which is their weaponry and their technology. All right, and they got a damn their deceptive ass tongue, which is another sword as well too, man. All right, and a part of that tongue that they got is what? That pen that they use to sit there and write these unrighteous laws and decrees into power or whatever, whatnot, then enforce them, man. Hey, we just doing our job and enforcing the laws and everything like that, man. All right. Let me go from there to the book of Daniel 8 and 15. Nope. Oh, it's further down. This is let me start at 24. Daniel 8 and 24 and 25. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. He shall destroy wonderfully and shall prosper and practice and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. All right, because this is what Esau's trying to accomplish, you know, ultimately coming through with Jacob's trouble, a time of tribulation such as never was since there was a nation even into the same time, man. All right. Verse 25, and through his policy, all right, he shall cause craft to prosper, because his witchcraft is being pushed out by what? Framing mischief by law, man, through these here unrighteous decrees that he's pushing forth, man. Hey, everybody's got to take this to be able to go into society or whatever, whatnot, and trust the science and trust the doctors or whatever, whatnot. But the doctors don't even trust the doctors, man. How the doctors trust the doctors? Why are they over there giving people empty jabs and everything like that, man? All right. So it says, and through policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands and shall magnify himself in heart. Because why? He's trying to say, hey, man, look, I'm the savior of the whole planet Earth. We the ones that devised this here jab and gave it out to everybody so that we could save everybody from dying and living in fear and everything like that, man. All right. It says, and by peace shall destroy many. All right. When they should say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them. Because right now, quote unquote, we're in a chaotic state right now with this pandemic. But guess what? They got the miracle jab to bring peace on earth, man. All right. It says, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall stand up against the prince of princes and shall be broken out without hand. All right. So let me go from there real quick to the book of close out with this Revelation. I think it's verse 14. Revelation 13 and 14. Yep. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Because see, I just mentioned about how he has his damn tongue and he be deceiving people with it. All right. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make image to the beast which had a wound by the sword and did live. And one of these miracles that he's doing right now is what? Bringing salvation into the earth by way of what? Implementing this here medical situation, which is going to lead into what? The mark of the beast, man. All right. We're going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.